Hi, Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. It's a busy craft room today because I am finishing up my rack packs for the month of June. Now, without showing you the name on here, I'm going to show you a little bit of June's rack. As you know, it's over on the swap section of Stamp Connection, and these are for June, the rack packs. Let me move this out of the way. So you will be receiving a beautiful envelope like this. I don't know if you can see all the beautiful shine in here, but this random act of kindness is going out for all the people that signed up for the month of May, and the month of June will be receiving a rack from me and a friend. So if you want to join up for July, go over to the swap section and put your name in, and you will be getting a July rack. So let's get on to this project. I put all my rack stuff away because I have a friend named Deb. Hey Deb! And she wanted me to do a Blendabilities video for her. Just to give her some ideas on the Blendabilities and what you can do with them. And by no means am I any type of expert. The only thing I'm expert in is the fact I love to color. And that makes me an expert because I love to color. And if you love to color, I take a half an hour a day and I take out my Copics, and I'll be using my Blendabilities as well. And I will be, you just take a half an hour and you draw yourself a circle and practice circles. Now I'm going to show you. I have a set from 2003 and it has a circle in here. And I just, every day I do about 12 circles, and I practice in those circles how to blend different techniques. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do that works for me. May not work for you, but it works for me. And you can incorporate it into what you like and how you color. So let's just have some fun. Coloring is fun. So I'm going to show you what I started 2 years ago. I started an interest in Copic alcohol-based markers. And I have been building my collection over the last 2 years. I started with the Copic coloring guide. Now, I don't get anything for promoting Copic at all. Of course, I'm not Copic certified, and I respect all of those that have a love for coloring, because I gain from everybody, whether they're certified or not certified. I pick up different things by watching different people color, and now I have practiced for about 10 minutes with the Blendabilities, so you're going to have to be gentle with me as I'm trying to put some of the alcohol marking techniques into the Blendabilities. The first thing is the Copic coloring guide. This will help you. I have 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3 come with a video, but this will explain all about different techniques and what your alcohol markers are used to do. This is awesome, awesome. I ordered these from Annie's Attic, and they're affordable, and you will love them. Number 2 takes you to a level where it's nature. There's your DVD, CD, whatever they call them now, and this will take you through on how to do images, animal images, fruit images, which is a coloring all on its own as far as shading is concerned. And it will just bring you to a wonderful level of coloring in here. And I think that, we don't have to peg hole ourselves into a corner where we're not going to experiment with other things. And alcohol markers, have been around forever. And Copics are wonderful because you get a vast amount of color that you can blend together. And now the Blendabilities work wonderful with the inks, are wonderful inks. So I will see what how I like them. I'm sure they're an alcohol marker, so I will of course like them right off the bat. I love to use them. So this will show you, I'm going to go quickly, how to do wood, fruit, water, Water techniques are awesome. I could spend hours just learning different water techniques, how you use different colors to get different shading. So this rocks, I mean bugs, you know, this will show you not only to use your grays, like if you're using ants, you know, as you know, you start out with your cool grays and then you start to highlight with different colors, like not only dark to light, but you start getting into your, you can use burgundies and dark blue, and you get all of the, look at this, like this type of coloring where you bring in not only your one color group like gray, but you start bringing in blues and burgundies, and you enrich your colors. The one thing I like to practice on is making your whites stand out. You don't leave your whites white. We all know that. And how do I do that? Well, this will help you if you're practicing. Get these books and it'll show you how to just step up a notch with your alcohol markers, whatever they may be, whatever brand. And then level 3, I think there's a level 4 out now I have to order, but you get another video. You can download all these pictures and color with them in the book. This teaches you how to do dresses, how to do skin tones, how to do hair, all the things that are struggling for us at the beginning of learning, where to put your highlights, where to do your lowlights, what different products we can use to enhance the alcohol markers. So I'm just throwing that out there. I'm moving fast because obviously you cannot get a lot in a half an hour of actual technique. And that's where I want to go with this. I want to show you techniques. The inks that I use for my alcohol markers are Ranger's Archival ink, because this is a permanent waterproof ink. I love this one for large images because it has the pad on the back that gives you some boing and helps your helps to neutralize your stamp and get a good crisp image. The next thing is Versamark. Love to use Versamark and black detailed embossing powder and clear embossing powder. I'll show you that technique. Stays On. Everybody knows Stays On is an ink that stays on, and it's good with Copics and any alcohol markers, and it'll be great with our Blendabilities. And that is another black ink, and of course Memento Tuxedo Black. Now all of these work different on different paper. Okay, so let's get into the paper thing really quick. I don't want to like jump over a ton of things because I do want you to be able, like me, I'm including me and you, that we can learn how to integrate colors. You can get multiple colors with these 3 colors. Just not these 3. I'll show you how we can get up to 6 different shades using 3 markers and your colorless blender. And so goes with all the markers, so we'll get on to that. Keep some little scratch papers on hand. This one here is not the Whisper White. I don't want to use up the Whisper White in our Stampin' Up! Color cardstock, but let me show you this. I go to Walmart and I get, for my papers that I want to do, so I don't use up all of my Stampin' Up! White, I get the white 110 pound cardstock from Walmart. So affordable. It's heavyweight, it's Georgia Pacific, and I use this as practice sheets because it is 110 pound. It's not 80 pound. It's 110 pound. Awesome for using on cards and affordable. And I use, of course, our Whisper White. I love that on any, image. Another good paper that you can use that I showed you before is, I don't make out well when I try to hurry. Oh, I run out of breath. I like to just come in my craft room and let's just do a craft together slowly. Oh no, this is a quick one. Only because I have over 110 of these racks left to color and do, so I'm kind of rushed for time. This tag board, you get it at any stationery store, and it's made by Packin, and it is heavy. I think this would be in your 110-pound range as well. Could be, yeah, about 110. So this is affordable, and it's number 5212, Packin Heavyweight Tag Board. You get this for making tags in tag color form. I showed that on a previous video. Then watercolor paper. We all have watercolor paper. I did that there. And the paper that I have chose, there's a basil paper. Tim Holtz has a Copic alcohol marker based color cards or white cardstock. Everybody has it. Basil's Marshmallow is a beautiful texture of heavyweight for doing alcohol markers, but I choose to use Pure Luxury Gina K Designs 120-pound cardstock. It has a shiny side and a non-shiny side, so you can, it's just absolutely stunning. If I show you here quickly, I want to get to actual drawing, but if I show you the difference in whites, this is the Walmart white. This is our white here. Oh, I got to come down here. I'm sorry. Okay, here's the different whites. They are different, and this is the Gina K white. And the thickness, you can hear the thickness in this. It's almost like Bristol board. And it depends how much you saturate your cardstock too. And I want to say another thing, that you want your color to bleed through for a couple of different reasons. You don't want it to bleed through if it's a one layer card, obviously, right? There's nothing worse to open it up and you've got all that mess on the back. But if you're practicing and you want to see how your blending is going, let me show you. I want to see how well I am blending on this side. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you how you don't get this ridge, this bleed out. I'll show you that because I was just quickly practicing. And how this should look as blended as this. Because if this is all, let me see, I did another one. If this is all over the place, let's say like this one, look at, you can tell, this is not a good blend. My technique is not, I have to work on blending it more like this. I want this to look more like this, an even tone on the back. And then you will see, you know, that, and it depends on your light source as well. This is on Whisper White cardstock, by the way. And I used that new, I didn't even mention that. My favorite things, I got it for my birthday. I wanted this because it's the new hybrid ink. What's a hybrid ink, Carol? It's awesome. That's what it is. It is a family of the pigment ink, and they joined in with the family of the dye ink, and they formed a hybrid ink. And what it does is it seats up on your cardstock like a pigment ink, yet it dries like a dye ink. So it lays on top so you can get some good blending, and it dries quickly. And so the hybrid ink, and it's called Black Licorice, and this is awesome for stamping crisp images. You know how we like to use the detail? This is awesome. The VersaFine, well, the Onyx ink, this one is right up there as well as the other inks, if not more. This gives you by far the blackest black I have seen to date, other than the VersaFine ink, which is, you know, it gives you a crisper image. Okay, we got that out of the way. So let's move on to coloring. That's what this is all about. So blending, I'll show you what I do every day. I have this stack of cards. Grab yourself a stack of cards. Draw a circle with our stamp. Let's see, that's, you can't use that. Just draw yourself with a pen, a circle. This 2003 stamp set from Stampin' Up! Is awesome because it, I'm going to use Memento. It has your perfect circle. So every day I come in and I put down, this is using Memento Tuxedo Black, okay? And I use the color families. So this one will be for my pinks. I'll do 5 of these, and I will practice with all of the markers in pink to see how many different blends I can get with this. So this is good to have, okay? Cut up your paper, and this is the Walmart 110 pound. I have over there a stack load of it, and I have it in different papers. This is inexpensive, but you have to practice on other different kinds of paper, right? So keep those in mind. Let's put that up there in case I need it. Okay, talking fast. All right, now I'm going to turn into teacher mode. Let's clean that off quickly. I don't want it to. There we go. Put it back. This is an awesome set. This Stampin' Up! Set. It has all squares and circles. Yum yums. Okay, this is what I did for you today. Different papers, different inks. This is Memento Stays On, My Favorite Things Black Licorice, just so you can see the difference in the black there. This is on our wonderful, very vanilla cardstock. I'm sorry, Whisper White. And then I used the Memento on the girl. The reason I did not use this set, this beautiful set of ours with the girls here, is because it doesn't give me a large area to show you a technique. Once you get your techniques down, these are awesome to use, obviously. And then I took, I'm going to show you some techniques on this, how to do animals in using detailed embossing powder and your Versamark, and using clear embossing powder, and how to get beautiful images using that. And this is on the Gina K 120 pound cardstock, but you always think you have more than one together. I'm always flicking the end to see, but you don't. Then you want to keep on your circles. Cut out some watercolor paper and make sure it's inexpensive from Michael's, where it's on sale. You get one book, buy one, get one free. Cut up some little samplers, and this is how I, now that's a nice blend, other than it went out of the lines, but I didn't care because I'm working on the blend. This is a light source coming down from above, looking down on the image, and this was a nice blend. If you're looking for a nice blend, you can tell from the back. This was a good day. Okay, then I want you to see how it works on the, I used all different inks. And when I grab the paper, I'll tell you what inks that I have used. Okay, that'll help. Then I took a larger image. I wanted to do a boy image. This is with Joy stamp. And this is a new one. I got all of Julie Nutting's stamps for mixed media. These are her mixed media girls. Can you see it there? I got all of them because I use a lot of mixed media canvases, and I needed large stamps. We don't carry those, but I wanted you to see how to do skin. So I'm using this large image just for the fact I'm not promoting the stamp, I'm promoting how to do skin, and what better way to learn it is on an image that has a lot of skin, like that one. And the boys, this will be awesome. And here, let me show you what I do. If I am doing an image for a card, and I'm using alcohol markers, obviously not this one, but if I was fussy cutting this would be a good size. Then I put a few colors of circles underneath to practice on. This way I'm not practicing and, possibly destroying something on the image I want to put on my card. It's easier to practice below. and then see the different techniques. Do I want a raised technique? Do I want to use my colorless blender? Blah, blah, blah. Practice here and then do your image on top. It works out wonderfully. I love that concept. I've never seen that anywhere. It's no biggie. I didn't invent it, I'm sure, but I love to see at least 3 or 4 different ways I can do something and then apply it to my image. So that works out. All right, let's get going here. This is awesome. I can't wait to do a card here. I have so much on my desk for the rack pack, but my friend is important, right, Deb? You wanted to see it. And then on my large images, I use the Fiskars stamp press. And see how beautifully this rubber seats up for mixed media and canvas work. You'll really love it. All right, let's move on. Okay, so this I know is going to go into a couple of parts just by the fact of what I'm doing. Where do we want to go here? I've used the burgundy, and I think I want to show you, do you want to, let's do something here on, all right, let's use the 100, which one do I want to do? This is our paper, our Whisper White. Let's go here. All right, so, and it's really white. Look at the difference there. Can you see that? This almost makes this one look cream, but it's not. All right, let us do some explaining. Explain that to me, Lucy. I love Lucy. You know, Desi say, explain that, Lucy. Explain that, Carol. Colorless blender. Most people think that a colorless blender is for just going around the edges and taking out or making things lighter. Let me just, what I learned about this, and I got it into my brain after a while, is this colorless blender moves ink around. It does not blend ink. It is a mover of ink. And I can show you that as we get going. This is just an alcohol marker with no pigment in it. So when you use it, make sure you always use it on a dry, your paper's dry, your ink is dry, excuse me. Dry your ink, because if you are doing, say, we're working on this image to make make it like fur, you know, and you can use your colorless blender on pieces of towel. This is that nice towel you get at for your cars. See all those little dots in there? You just, if you have the refill, colorless blender refill, I ran out of it. I have to get another one. But you can use this, and then you just saturate your area. Let's grab the Whisper White here, and I'll show you what I mean. So you want to make some white on here, blending. I say white, but it's your colorless blender. I use the flicking motion in just about everything. Okay, now while this is wet, this one you want to leave wet. Now you can kind of, okay, then I won't put that on there. Let's take a yellow and then I'm going to show you something. When you come down, don't go to touch the image, because alcohol markers bleed. And so you'll never get lines outside. You are going to get lines. Let me show you here. You can't see that from way down there. You are going to get lines on your paper if you take it right to the edge. Let me just show you the difference here. Well, you have there. See, one came out. If you, oh, that was my mistake. But anyway, watch this. When you Oh, there's so much to learn. It's impossible to do this on one video. I have 4 minutes left. Let's go from one technique to another. Today I'll show you a little bit. Well, I gave you the basics, okay, about the circles and always having a stack of papers with circles on them to practice. Watch this. See how this colorless blender with no pigment, it moves things around. So when you're trying to take this out and work it in like this, do not go near the line. Don't go near the line. Okay? So then you should keep your heat tool. I like our heat tool because it has the 2 settings. So you take it on the low, like that, and never keep flicking. Don't put wet ink on top of wet ink. Oh, sorry. Don't blend. Only flick once. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't blend over wet ink, Make sure it is dry and then do it again. But only flick it from here forward. Don't go to the line, because if you do, the alcohol will make a mark inside your image and you don't want that look. So see, already we did that. If you take it, let's get one there. Dry it. And I saw that wonderful technique that was on where the demonstrator used her finger to add warmth. That is a good idea, but I like just having that next to me and then taking it and flicking it in, not touching. And you have to be patient with this. I'm not going near the black line. I do not want it to seep through. And then do this and you have it down. I have 1 minute, can you believe it? Dry it and do it again and it will work. But you have to be patient, especially with that deep colors. All right, so let's recap. Colorless blender, what does it do? It moves your alcohol